Okay, now you should be able to hear me. How's that? Yay! Okay. That is the correct. I had it on my other audio, but that should work now. Yay! Okay, good. Thanks. Welcome to all of you that are on the Instagram page as well. I washed my hair today. So exciting. I don't wash my hair that often. I did it today. It was great. So, and I'm in my new place in Woodstock, right by the creek. Good morning, Teresa. I'm really grateful to be here. So, hello, Anandaraj. Yay. So, we are on day 7 of our anti-resolution challenge. And as I was saying before, I realized I didn't have sound, is if you've been part of the challenge for the last 7 days, we started January 12th, welcome. So glad that you're here. If you're new to the challenge, or if you have not watched all the videos, no worries. So you can join it. I shouldn't say anytime because we are closing it, but you can join when you hear this video, www.antiresolutionchallenge.com. That site will be live for a little bit longer and then we'll pull it down. And the videos are available for you to watch. And what it is 7 little videos, 1 a day, 10-minute videos with worksheets. And those come, hi Bonali, those come in. Okay, now that we're at the end of the challenge, basically what will happen is you'll get emails for the next 7 days and you can go onto the web page to watch the videos. They will be up until January 31st. Yay! So, hey everyone on Instagram. And so all the videos are available to the 31st. Somebody wrote and said, oh my gosh, I want to go watch them again. You can. So through January 31st, all right? Yay! Today is day 7 of the Anti-Resolution Challenge. And our topic, exploration, is what is possible? What's possible now that you've learned a new way to be in relationship with yourself? And yesterday we talked about needs and naming what the needs are, what our needs are, and just some clarification around needs. Hey, Ro. Phoenix. I'm just scrolling through some of the folks on the Instagram. Hi. So glad that you're here. Okay, stay. And it may be my new internet. I don't know. I'm in a new place. So hopefully the internet is strong enough here so you can see. Yesterday we talked about needs. And I want to clarify some things. One is that you want to make sure your needs aren't coming from your head, that your needs are coming from your body, from an embodied place. So we can make a whole list of needs of what we need other people to do or what we need our body to do or we need our body to look like or what we need our emotional body to look like. And to reframe, the need isn't, I don't want this, it's what would nourish this being? Because that's really what our focus is for this anti-resolution challenge. Hey, Renee. Is how do we nourish ourselves? So being honest about what strategies we've taken on that may not be serving us, looking at what the gifts of those strategies are, because they all have gifts, and then going deeper into what are the places that the reactions that we have to things, that the old beliefs and agreements and strategies that we're using are hurting or harming us. And how do we nourish ourselves? That's a really, really, really the deepest question, is instead of making more to-do lists, fixing ourselves, losing the weight, eating better, like all those things are important, exercising, all the things that we, those lists that we make for ourselves. It's not that the lists are bad, it's just they're not often helpful because we're piling things on top of an already stressed system. We're piling things on top of beliefs that say, I'm broken, I have to fix this. Not so helpful, okay? So instead, the invitation is to go towards your soil. Hey, Sasipo from South Africa, Tapiso, so glad you're here. Mary from Phoenix, hey Renee. Do, Airbnb. Yeah, it's not a new house, it's the Airbnb that I'm staying at through February 4th. So good. Aw, thanks, Do. Love that. Yeah, so nourishing ourselves. And that part of nourishing ourselves is learning to name what the needs are. What do we need? So that was day 6 yesterday. What is the need for this being? And again, we have to be really mindful that we're not naming the needs from what our head thinks we should be wanting, but what is actually nourishing for us. What's the need for nourishment of all types? I'm not just meaning food and water, love, shelter. So the basics, what are the needs? We have to meet the basics. Food, shelter, water, love. Those are the basics. And then to expand beyond that to what's the need and what's the next step in meeting the need. Good morning, Tyne. So what's possible? If you really start listening to your deepest being and slowing down and connecting to your intuition and your creativity and supporting yourself, staying steady with yourself, being inspired, and you pause and listen for what the need is and how to nourish yourself, what possibilities will open up in your life. And you can feel the difference that what we're learning how to do is, instead of trying to control, fix out there or in here, to listen what is possible when you start nourishing yourself. Understanding that that nourishment then goes out to nourish those around you as well. Both you become a model, and you also then can feel into what's needed around you, not from your head, not from, I have to figure it out, but from your deepest being. I think of this as crone energy. I'm writing a book right now on maiden, mother, and crone, those 3 qualities, those 3 archetypes. And the crone energy is the energy of wisdom, long-sightedness, being able to see the biggest picture possible, patience, perseverance. That grandma, abuela, wise woman, elder energy is what we want to bring in more into our lives. It doesn't mean that we also don't need to balance out the maiden and the mother energy. Those 2 energies are also incredibly important. When I think about what's possible, we let ourselves bring in the eyes of the crone or the wise one, so we can step back and look. Okay. So Facebook user writes, hi Facebook user, your name isn't showing up here, so sending you love. This challenge really helped me remember it's truly about the moment, slowing down and going within with love and compassion. I appreciate today's metaphor about the soil. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, and that piece around the compassion, which is so important. Hearing your creek. I don't know if you can hear the creek. You may be hearing cars go by, but I will walk you all over to the creek before we get off, for sure, so you can hear it. It's amazing. Bonali, need for healthy people in my life too. Yeah, we need to have community of people that are also learning to deepen, to get steady, to open, to be connected to intuition, spirit, guidance. And Bonali, I also say, how do you be healthy for the people in your life as well? How do you be healthy for yourself? And then what does health mean for you? You know, it's funny, this concept of health has come up a couple times the last couple of days, because I am part of the Global Firewalking Association, which is a firewalk instructor and part of this big organization that we've been doing putting a lot of work and energy into and nourishing the soil for. And one of the things on the membership site is this section called health. And we brainstormed all the topics a long time ago, or the headings. But I realized, I'm like, what do we put under the health category? And so I'll bring that question to all of us today too. What's health for you? What does health mean? And one of my, most, that's not the right way to word it. A book that had big influence on me was Donald Epstein. I think it's called The 12 Stages of Healing. And one of the things that he talks about is that health doesn't necessarily mean being cured. We have this idea of like health means that I am perfect and my body's perfect, but no, health is what is healthy for us. What does health mean for us? I have friends that have chronic illnesses, and probably many of you out there are navigating chronic illnesses, whether that's cancer, whether that's a genetic disease, whether that's a autoimmune situation that you're navigating. What is healthy for you is going to be different for healthy from somebody else. And so there's no like, this is the definition of healthy. And health, being really deeply healthy, might actually lead to death. How do we say that? Because health is about how you're in relationship to yourself. So it's not about perfection. It's not about living forever. None of us are going to. It's really the quality of our relationship to ourself is so important in relationship to health, isn't it? So, hey, Michelle from Nevada. Yeah, exactly. Today's nourishing the body and mind and spirit. Exactly. Facebook user, when I started on this journey, I always thought it was a destination, but have constant reminders it's a continuous journey and learning. Yeah, exactly. It is. And health is a journey as well. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Mary. Hey, love. Good to see you here. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So Facebook user, I need to be heard to find my voice. Most people only listen to reply and don't really hear. That's true. Most of us don't know how to listen. We haven't been trained. We don't have the skill to listen. So we can start by really learning how to listen to ourselves and to listen to others, to slow down, to not be rushing or putting in, but to slow down and really learn to listen to ourselves. And this, again, listen to our own needs, listen to where we are, be honest with ourselves. And then to find community of people that are learning or have learned how to listen. That's why I love our Warrior Goddess community so much. I mean, I love so many aspects of it, of our community, and learning how to listen to self and really learning how to listen to others to really show up. And that comes from, I believe, one of the things that when we do Warrior Goddess workshops, we do live workshops, one of the things that we talk about right in the beginning is don't fix others. Like, stop, let people be where they're at and be with them where they're at. And that's a form of listening. So it's a skill that we get to cultivate. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Bonnie Lee writes, Bonnie Lee, I'm navigating health challenges, but mindfulness helps me be okay with the sickness that makes me healthy regardless of how I look. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And that gentleness towards self and that deep listening. What does this being need? Not what do I think this being should need? That's part, again, of nourishing the soil of our being, that we're in relationship with this being. And that's, the possibilities so beautiful because we let go of I'm doing it right if it's manifesting in a particular way, and step into really like nourishing the depths of our being and settling in with who we are and expanding from that base. Good roots, that we have good roots deep, deep in the soil. And that the nourishment is that we're receiving, we're listening, we're opening, and that we're pulling that nutrient and that nourishment in. And that then feeds others, feeds us and feeds others. Hey, Rihanna, one of the healthiest things I've learned is to accept myself as I am versus what I think I should be. Yeah, exactly. And think about the possibilities. If you're not putting so much energy into judging yourself, comparing yourself, feeling victimized, being triggered all the time, reacting, keeping yourself safe, comparing yourself over and over again. And instead, all that energy and being in drama, all that energy and resources is going into self-nourishment, nourishing your community, looking at what's the circle that you're part of. It's not just about nourishing self, it's about also nourishing our community. What do we want to put our energy into? What relationships? What projects? And how much? What do we feed? Such great questions. And so much becomes possible then because we let go of what's not nourishing us. Maybe it used to nourish us a long time ago, but it's not now. We can let go of those things and then also really feel into what does nourish me. What does nourish me? And where do I want to put my energy into creating possibility and play and more presence? So for those of you that have been part of the Anti-Resolution Challenge, I'd love to hear a little bit about what your experience has been. What have you learned? Thanks to everyone that's been sharing on the Warrior Goddess Women group. It's been just marvelous to read your comments. And yeah, Renee just wrote, I'm missing the play part. Yeah, a lot of us are, especially now. Like, how many of us are stretched super thin because the pandemic, the uncertainty, the thinking that it's over, then going back in. I know a lot of people that have had COVID that are now exhausted. So there's the exhaustion of us having the unknown and having to keep changing things. And then there's the exhaustion from people that have had COVID that are navigating it. Yeah. Renee, having a disease I've struggled with chasing cures and not finding any. Once I slowed down and listened to my body, I started progress. Yes. I agree. It's balance and it includes more than the physical side. It is, Renee. Yeah. Good. I truly can feel a transformation. Good. I'm so excited about how beautiful the Anti-Resolution Challenge has been, how fun it's been to interact with all of you, and the depth that I also feel happening in our journey together, in the 7 days together. So again, if you've been listening to every video and doing all the worksheets, I'm so glad that it was helpful to you. We have until January 31st to review, so you can go back and watch any of the videos. If you're new or you're haven't heard about the Anti-Resolution Challenge, www.antiresolutionchallenge.com. It'll be online through January 31st, and then we will pull everything down. But you've got some time still. So hi, sending love to those of you on Instagram and to those of you on Facebook/YouTube. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Renee. You're so welcome. So glad. Okay, great question. I see a question on the Instagram. I'll answer. I'm glad that you share it with your friends and family. Yay! Yeah. And wonderful for those of you that have the books and that the videos have been helpful. Thanks, Valerie. I'm starting to finally warm up. I'm wearing like 5 layers. Yeah, I've loved the challenge as well. It's been really fun. I'm definitely planning to do more of them. I have a couple questions for you guys as well. So hang out with me for a minute. We've got 9 minutes left, and then I've got a session I'm doing. But question, there's a question there, and I have a question for all of you. For those of you that are new and are wondering, I've had a couple questions around which book to read. There's a great blog on warriorgoddess.com about which book to read, so you can go check that out. And the book I'm most known for is called Warrior Goddess Training. Yeah. All right, Suze 3275. Hey, sweetheart. How do I balance my health when I'm a caregiver to a parent? Yeah. When you're a caregiver, kids, parent, beloved, how do you balance our health? And it's a really, really important question. And it's about the little moments. Okay. So when you're a caregiver, your attention, of course, is on the person that you're giving care to. And that is exhausting and takes a tremendous amount of energy. And it's really critical to take little moments to yourself to reset. And I know that you may not have a lot of time, so I'm not saying, go take a week-long vacation or even take a day off, because you probably can't, right? But what you can do is, this is my gap teaching, I call it, is when you're walking to the bathroom, when you're making a pot of soup, when you're washing dishes, when you are waiting in line at the grocery store to get a prescription. And you can even physically do this. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, just take a breath. Hi, sweetie. I think it was lesson 4 that we talked about self-soothing, or lesson 5. So in the challenge, you can go back and watch that video about how to self-soothe and look for the gaps in your life. So there's gaps all over the place. What most of us do is we fill the gaps with worry or with thinking about what we have to do next. And especially when you're a caregiver, you have young children, you don't have a lot of time. In those gaps, can you come back to yourself and self-soothe and have a word that you use, or a mantra or a song, touch your body, come back, make sure that you're eating nourishing foods, getting as much sleep. But you have to go to the basics when you're a caregiver, and look for the gaps and really be conscious of what are you filling the gaps with, those in-between spaces. Okay. And also reach out to get support wherever you can. Really, really important. Okay. Yeah, and just know I'm sending lots of blessings your way. Yeah, it's not easy. And you get to learn how to rest in the in-between places. And I think we all are learning how to do that, to reset our nervous system, to come back. So really simple grounding practices, recapitulation. There's a lot of different tools that can be incredibly helpful. Yeah. Time. The challenge has been amazing, being able to put thoughts into simple, positive formats. I've even brought my daughters into the challenge so they're able to learn to build self. Oh, I love that. That's so great. Yeah. Good. And it's I can feel things shifting. Love it. And becoming less negative. Beautiful. Yeah. And that becomes possible, is that we start seeing what we can do instead of worrying or about what we can't or what we can't fix. You're welcome. Yeah. So slow and steady, my loves. Slow and steady. And here's a question for you. How can I support you? What do you need? There's a couple things that I have coming up, and I'm also looking into crafting some more things. So has the little bite-sized things been helpful? And would it be helpful to have more bite-sized things? So that's one question. The other is the Warrior Goddess Training Circle that's coming up, and Reclaim is a really solid container, 9-month container of going in. So it starts with Reclaim and Restore, which is the workshop that I'm teaching this weekend. And then we're going into a 9-month super strong container of healing. So you're welcome to join all the things. Yeah. Do all of them. But just know I'm really feeling into what would be most supportive now. And the offerings that are coming up is Reclaim and Restore this weekend. So if you're looking for more support, check that out. And also the Warrior Goddess Training Circle. We're about to open the circle up again. We open it up maybe twice a year. And so we're opening up another cohort coming soon, which is a 9-month journey through what we call the journey of the 9 moons. So yeah, and we'll look at more bite size as well. It has been such just a pleasure in the deepest way to be connected with you through social media, to be sharing the Anti-Resolution Challenge through the videos and the worksheets. It was wonderful to put all of it together in a really simple way. And yeah, thanks for being part of it. Whether you're joining brand new right this second, or you've been part of the anti-resolution challenge for the last 7 days, you're so welcome here. And I'm grateful for holding. Yeah. Valerie writes, I have better bandwidth for nuggets. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good to know. How to navigate past old relationship beliefs of stereotypes. Okay, longer question. I'll answer it. I'm going to grab that question, Bonnie Lee, and probably answer it on a podcast coming up. So the Where God's Revolution podcast is coming back in February. I'm actually next Tuesday doing a live podcast with my dear friend Day Sheldcret, who is the author of a new book called Hello, Goodbye. So join us live on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're tuning in now next week. I think it's at 2:00 Eastern. So check out the social media for the information on that. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So gratitude to you. Check out, if you want to go deeper, if you want to learn some more tools and a bigger map, warriorgoddess.com/reclaim, happening this weekend. Yeah, I'm excited to interview Day on Tuesday. And welcome, Yvonne. Welcome all of you that are just tuning in now. Again, antiresolutionchallenge.com, and sending you all lots and lots of love. Take good care of yourself. And happy news in my world. I sent like the first quarter of the new book to my publisher, and we're meeting today to talk about it. So new book is coming. It's going to be a while. It won't be out till 2023 probably, but it's in progress and it's flowing really, really well. So I'm excited about that. So take good care, my loves, and look forward to seeing you really, really soon. Bye-bye.